When I travel, and those times of traveling, of course, they look different these days. For me, it's as much about the bag as it is where I'm going. Now, you know Louis Vuitton, you know Coach, you know Tumi, the list goes on. But what about the phenomenal travel bag created and owned by a black man, a brother? The brand is called DOPE Duffle. The man behind the brand is Simmons. He's from Newport, Rhode Island, now calls Charlotte, North Carolina home. Been in the retail business for over 20 years and has experience in apparel design and brand development. If you've not heard of DOPE Duffle, get ready. You're going to be hearing more. I got a chance to sit down with the creator of DOPE Duffle to learn about how he came up with the concept of these upscale luxury bags that are also odor-resistant. His journey may surprise you. Listen in on his path from the cell to the storefront. It's Simmons on this edition of Yes, Honey.
Yes, honey.
Welcome to Yes, Honey.
Yes, honey.
A podcast celebrating people who are healthy, happy, and whole.
Thank you for every single day that you give us an inspiration word.
Yes, honey.
It's inspiration in a word. And now here's your host, JD, the Diva.
Finally got a chance to see you
Yes.
face to face, and I have to kind of talk about how we first met formally.
Right.
You had a grand opening, North Tryon Street, and you started telling me about your story, how this even came to being, that you were actually in jail.
You know, late night in a cell, the whole building is black. It's dark in there. A light shined in my cell. A voice told me to rise up. I'm thinking that it's just, somebody talking.
Right, just playing around.
Yeah. But the fact is, God told me to rise up.
Wow.
I've been asking God to speak to me for a long time, and he has. I just wasn't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So this particular time, I wiped the eyes. I'm like, wait a minute, this is it. So I did exactly that. I rose up. I sat up, and he said, I want your brand to be called Ascend. That was the name of the brand that he told me, and nobody knew I was in jail working on a brand.
Right, and so apparel brand, because
Apparel brand.
your background was
My background is retail, and merchandising, things of that nature. However, I'm a sports-specific trainer, so I train athletes.
I gotcha.
So I wanted to come out with a brand for that.
Okay, so that wasn't strange to hear that, though, right?
Nah, it wasn't strange to hear it. It was strange to be told what it was going to be.
Right.
And a lot of people know I've been in the music industry. I've been in the real estate, dump trucks, all that. So, coming home, I'm thinking I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be going back into my dump trucks, going back to my field of making money, whether it's real estate or what have you.
Right.
But again, back to the story. After that, hearing that rise up, God said, your brand will be called Ascend. So I said, man, I haven't talked to anybody about it.
Right.
So that morning, I get out and I hit the track, get my running in, or whatever, and ascend. That's all that's going through my head. So in jail, there's a lot of talented people. And a lot of talented people. But I went to a couple cats and said, look, I need a logo, with the A, Ascend, whatever. And I came home with probably about 300 logos.
Oh, my God.
300 logos. So
those from other prisoners?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Edgefield.
Oh, wow.
Nah, but seriously, when I came home, halfway house, the whole 9 yards, you got to go get a job. I ended up working at a car lot doing finance in Fort Mill, of all places.
I'm sorry.
Of all places.
Wait a minute. You went from being a former athletic trainer.
Correct.
And you designed apparel.
Correct.
You had your 300 logos.
Correct.
Got out.
Correct.
And worked in finance at a car lot.
Absolutely.
How did that happen?
I got, I'm a financial.
Okay, you
my
got
background is finance.
Okay, you know money. You know money. That's all. We need that long.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to the check.
Okay, I know that's right.
I'm gonna get to the check. But so where I was working in Fort Mill, Main Street, nothing but dump trucks is going by every day, all day. I see the money going by me.
Wow.
So my wife said, "What we doing? We get back to these dump trucks. We get back to this money, right?" I said, "Nah, I can't." He told me to start this brand called Ascend.
Wow.
This is what we've been doing. Now I'm supposed to be working doing financing. I'm on there doing Craigslist
in
ads
Fort Mill.
In Fort Mill, I'm doing ads on Craigslist. I need a designer. Blah blah blah. Ooh, looking for a logo. A gentleman, Todd Robertson, as a matter of fact, worked for Hendricks. He designs for the Hendricks Motorsport team. He called me up while I was at work at the car lot. He said, "I don't normally go to the Craigslist." He said, "Because I work for Hendricks Motorsport." He said, "But God told me to go to this ad." He called me up. He came out there, and he brought the Ascend Athletics logo that you see today. One time, one shot.
Oh, my God.
I have over 300 logos from where I was at.
Exactly.
And this one time he came with the logo, and this is what it's been. So, real quick, Dope Duffel is a spin from the Ascend Athletic brand. Ascend Athletics is the original brand that we put out with the smell-proof bag. So I was training at a facility. Soccer moms, they just kept complaining of how their car smelled because their kids
stinky athletes working out.
Absolutely, their kids' soccer, they shoes, their cleats, their shin guards, just stinking. So I train a lot of ball players, especially my kids, my nephew.
Yeah,
and he always stunk up my car.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm talking AAU riding. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
stinky.
Right. I made the first smell-proof bag for Ascend Athletics. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And it really is smell-proof.
Facts.
Wow.
Put it this way. It helps prevent, and I tell everybody, like I keep it 100. Like there's nobody could tell you they got a 100% smell-proof bag. You know what I'm saying? But, it prevents the odor from seeping out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want anyways. Getting over to the Dope Duffel, someone used one of my Ascend Athletic bags for other purposes. And when they brought that bag to California, they praised how well the bag performed.
It performed so well in that it hid an odor.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Absolutely.
I got you.
So they kept saying, "Yo, man, your bag is dope. Like, it really works." So I'm like, it's a sports bag. What are you talking about? Like, I know it works. And they said, "Nah, I'm telling you,
really
the bag works." You know
oh my God, yes.
So I sat down with a couple of my guys. We were just really just kicking it like we are now.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Yo, the bag is dope. Hey, like, we need to just create a different side." They understood I don't want to bring the two together per se.
That's right.
But at the same time, if we can create two brands under one umbrella, let's do it.
And there's a need for.
Yeah, this isn't.
odor.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That industry isn't going anywhere, and athletics will never go anywhere.
Exactly.
Either in either industry. We sat around over a couple drinks and just rapping and whatever, and it was like, that's all we kept saying. Yo, the bag is dope. You know what I'm saying? The bag is dope. And then it's the Dope Duffel, man.
It is a Dope Duffel.
It's a Dope Duffel.
Dope Duffel was born.
And dope meaning cool, dope meaning fly, dope
yeah.
meaning all that. You know what I'm saying? Like 80s, 90s dope. Not the other 80s, 90s
That's
dope.
right. The good one. The good kind of dope.
Word.
I love it.
Yeah.
So that's how it came to being.
Absolutely.
And so now look at you. You have 3 stores.
Correct.
2 in Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
So how does one get there, though?
But the truth is, we make a fly bag.
You do.
You know?
You really do. I'm not just saying it.
It's fly, sexy. You can wear it out. Nobody even knows whether it's smell proof or not. It's just something that it's a lifestyle bag.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of separate ourselves from everybody else.
And how so? Again, with your mission, do you feel like your mission sets you apart from everybody else too?
Absolutely. I feel like, I'm gonna be real with you. I get tired of smelling loud. Then they don't understand why people have something to say, or might even be scrutinized here and there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them probable cause. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make this bag for my black boys.
Yeah.
So that, hey man, tone that down. I understand what you're doing. Give them less to bother you about.
Yeah. So what about the thought though of when you say give them less to bother you about. Having that conversation with those black boys about
Yeah.
this another route because
Yeah.
you took it.
Yeah. That's what.
So is that part of the lesson, or do you have those conversations at all?
We definitely have those conversations, but I want other platforms to even have those conversations. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good and bad going on or whatever, but at the same time, there's preventative measures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we could tap into that, we can see a lot of change in a lot of different areas.
And so how does a black man, break into this business, and what have you found to be your biggest challenges, though, in the retail space? I would imagine that it's difficult.
I mean, everything starts with finance. So,
Yeah.
if you don't know how to get to the check, you know what I'm saying, that's the biggest problem. I need to step back, too, because I got to shout out to No Limit Larry, because these dudes gave me a shot. It is about the finances, but it's about people giving you a shot. You know what I'm saying?
And relationships.
Yeah, relationships. And that's what I'm built. Shout out to Radio Nation DJs. They took a shot and said, hey, come to BET Awards. You know what I'm saying? Showcase your bag at the BET Awards. When they did that, we had to sponsor it. I'll give you a platform, but, you still got to.
You got to work it.
Yeah, you got to pay your way. You got to work it.
Right.
We accepted that challenge. I had one bag. I turned Dope Duffel into what you see, all the styles of bags and all that. I had to turn that around in about 45 days.
Really?
So I had to take a loan just to buy bags to give them away.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I mean,
So
that's part of
I
the
was
business.
already $18,000 in the hole on bags that I just gave away at the BET Awards. People think that it's a bunch of shining. And, yeah, I got sales out of that, which we were grateful to get them
That's
sales.
Right. That's right.
But at the same time, you got to be willing to go through it.
Yeah.
And that begins with the faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have faith that what you're doing is going to come to fruition based on what he spoke. So it's been a struggle. Yeah. But I tell him one step at a time, we good. We good. He already told me what it was.
That's right. And he does not waver.
Nah. And I ain't.
It's true to his word.
I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to repeat it either. If he said it, he said it.
Yeah. And did you ever have, I'm sure you had doubts, though. Because sometimes, when God gives you an assignment, you're just like, what? Come on now. Because I've done that. It's like, God, you can't really mean for me to do this.
Well,
Not
the doubt is within yourself.
really.
The doubt is within yourself. You're not doubting. I don't doubt God. I don't doubt what the
God
word.
is saying,
Yeah.
right.
From a faith perspective, not religious, none of that at all. It's just a faith that I trust, and that's it. I trust God. That's
Period.
it.
End of story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's powerful. Where did you get this faith from? Was it a grandma who prayed over
Yeah,
you, or
it's
somebody?
definitely
Who
my
was it?
grandmother. You know what I'm saying? It's my grandmother, my mother.
Yeah.
Definitely my mother.
You had to go to church every Sunday? You went to Sunday school?
I did all that. But, I was, let's be real, you know what I'm saying? I was the rebellious, you know what I'm saying? I hit the streets early. Didn't have to. But I had a different fire inside of me that, led me down different roads.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your foundation is laid. So,
That's right.
it's kind of, you get back to what you know.
What was the defining moment for you to switch things around? Was it when you were in prison and that light came, or did it come before that, or was there?
As an entrepreneur, it's always been my thing. What turned me around was my father always telling me what he wanted to do, all his ambitions. My pops was he wanted to open up franchises. You know what I mean, but he never followed through. So what I learned and studied from him was to follow through, and I had to make sure that for my kids that they seen the follow through. You know what I mean? So
That's so important.
That was my turnaround as an entrepreneur is to make sure that I listen. If this is what you're gonna do, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And so many kids don't have that positive father image.
Right.
So that was a driving force for you. So now
Absolutely.
you're passing it on to your kids.
Absolutely. So you gotta pass your name on.
That's right.
We could take Dope Duffel and put Nike and everybody else inside that store, but we selling their name. We selling our name.
Yes. Amen to that. So who's your tribe? I see you got one of your tribe members beside you. Go on and say something.
That's Kyle Black right there.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks JD again having us here today.
Absolutely. So how you've seen him grow, and I see you over there. You are, shaking your head in agreement that you've seen him blossom. So what does that mean to you and to see him like where he is now?
Inspiration comes from multiple people, multiple ways, right? You never know when inspiration is going to hit you. And we meet many people as we walk through this thing called life, right?
That's right.
But it's certain people that put an influence on you, right? Mm-hmm. From the day we met, his vision, his passion, his determination, more so than anything, his view towards family.
Wow.
That's what it is. Because whenever you hear Ace speak, it's always us. It's never we, right? Regardless of Dope Duffle, no secret. Ascend Athletics is A's vision. But when he speaks it, it's a family brand, right?
Wow.
And when you speak of that family brand, it includes everybody.
That's
Immediate
right.
family, close friends, everybody. So when we saw that grand opening, it showed how much love he actually has.
Yeah.
Right? And that you can't fake.
Yeah,
That
you really can't fake it.
You can't fake that.
'Cause I think we got teary-eyed in the store.
Yeah,
when you
absolutely.
started telling me your story, I'm like, I got to know. What?
Right.
But it's so moving, and I can feel the passion and energy. So your tribe consists of, obviously, Kyle and your family. Talk to me about your
Kyle,
family, your wife, how
family,
many kids?
My wife, 2 sons. My oldest son, he runs the North Tryon store. Who else? I got my nieces working there.
Wow.
Just our group of friends, like they support me.
Yeah.
Extended, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that wants to be a part and grow and work with this company, they'll be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's always going to be something to give back to our kids, their kids, what have you. They got to understand, how it is to, one, run a business, but 2, just, be compassionate and be, true to what you're doing. Mm-hmm. This will never die. That's why I say we need to be selling our name, not somebody else's. Because
What is your the biggest lesson you think you've learned throughout this whole journey?
being patient. I mean, we all want it right away. It's been a struggle for me. It's been a real struggle throughout this process. Coming out here, moving to Charlotte in '98, the whole 9 yards. Like I really came out here with literally $20 in a green bag to see what God has done. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my time that I wanted it, but he had to lay all this out. Lost my mom, my pops, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Just
going through a bunch of whatever. Married with two boys, and it's crazy.
That's
It's
because
crazy.
how old are they?
But now they 30. So my wife and I met in '93. She had a son and I had a son.
Okay.
And it's been
Yeah, they grown for real, like grown.
Yeah. That's been the team since day one.
I love it.
We're gonna do it. We're doing it together. I don't have stepkids of my sons.
Those are your
I
sons.
don't there's no discrepancy.
Okay.
So it's who's gonna step up.
That's right. What's next for Dope Duffle? I see expansion, obviously.
Yeah, definitely expansion. And that's, like you said, that's the obvious part. We got a rollout plan. We got like a 12-store rollout plan. But after that, we're gonna sell the model. We're gonna franchise the model, keep that going. So the Melrose is gonna be an upscale. South Park is gonna be upscale. Just bags, leather products. The North Tryon Urban Concord Mills is a mix based on the geographic area. We're gonna decide how we roll out each store. Mm-hmm. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be upscale? Is it gonna be like more urban? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. So for other potential Black businesses, advice, someone who's thinking about especially getting to this space, but just being a small Black business owner, advice to them would be what?
Advice would be, one, put your plan together, and I say throw it up. When I say throw it up, I mean give it to God, and then allow it to manifest step by step. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush. Don't panic. Don't do none of them things. You're gonna get anxiety. You're gonna get all that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get nervous, like you said. Can I do this really? You're gonna question yourself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, trust. Yes. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want it, go. Put the work in. It's it's cliche. People say it. It is what it is. If you're not willing to go through the dirt, you know what I'm saying, and struggle and sometimes not eat, like it's not for you, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong with doing your thing. Everybody can't be a boss. But listen, consistency, compassion, and really, really sticking to your guns. Stick to your guns. Wait it out.
Oh, it gave me chills all over again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, we did it. Yeah. So it's customary because the name of the podcast is Yes, Honey. I have to get a Yes, Honey out of y'all. Just do the best you can. Just give me a New York one, a New York version. Like, yes, honey. You can't do it, can you?
No, I can't do it, JD. Yeah, you get 2 free bags now. Come get a whole wardrobe.
Oh my God! I got you. Yes, honey.
Yo, Dope Duffel. All right, expansion.
All right,
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Inspired by this edition of Yes, Honey.
Yes, honey.
Catch this and other Yes, Honey podcast episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and Apple. And you can follow JD on social media at JD Diva on Instagram and Facebook, and on Twitter at JD Diva 10.
Yes, honey. Do it, JD.
Yes, honey.